for me, in today's education system, you're only spending to live in an environment. You are only learning from the environment. You're not paying for the teachers. You're not paying for the knowledge. You are not paying
Pretty
for.
much.
Yeah. You're paying for the environment, and if you're not getting it, like, then don't do it for a degree, just for a degree.
Don't do it. Don't do it for the piece of paper.
The second question would be for you. Study abroad life, like, I have talked to many people now who have been, like, out of the country to study, but from a person in UAE perspective, like, from UAE, from Dubai, or like Middle East. Let's
Yeah.
more generalize it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how was your life as a student there? And of course, we're gonna talk about the venture that you started related to the same thing.
Okay, so first of all, to be honest, there are two parts of this. One is that I'm an expat,
Mm-hmm.
or what we
Yeah.
call as in UAE, someone from outside the country.
Yeah.
You're an expat.
Mm-hmm.
So for expat students, I'm going to focus right now.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be including the citizens, the Emiratis, for example,
Mm-hmm.
in my country. So expat student, there are two parts of it. One is the ones who have schooled over here itself. They were born here, they are raised over here, or they came to the country when they were in schooling. So basically, the schooling concept.
Mm-hmm.
The aspect students doing is that would be my siblings. Me, I finished my high school and then I entered over here. But for my siblings, they have been here since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two types. My story would come later on. But for the aspect students, they did their schooling and everything. Now, like we were discussing earlier, the
Yeah.
economic situation of people living over here.
Yeah.
So depending on that, a lot of students, those who good job package, their schooling was afforded, like funded job, money of parents like that. So the schooling was safe environment for them. They didn't have to worry about the funding it or anything. Then came the question mark of college.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like any other country around the world, the college here is expensive. It's
Okay.
super expensive.
Okay.
It's really expensive, and yes, you do get scholarships easily compared to the other criterias over there. The scholarships are easy to get and all, but you really, like, let's say you have to spend about 20,000 or something per semester.
20,000 dirham.
So it is, yeah, even for the children and all. So it's like, if you're an aspect student, the schooling is every parent can afford, because the visa sponsorship and all, you can sponsor your family only if you have a certain salary. Then you
Mm-hmm.
can sponsor your family
Mm-hmm.
3% of their child. The
Yeah.
visa immigration process takes care of it. So
Mm-hmm.
schooling, everyone can afford it. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to colleges, now this major issue what I feel exists in the students of Middle East, the
Mm-hmm.
aspect students of the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I'm keeping this over here. Then came in my story, someone who finished her high school and then came over here. Now my life was like kind of planned. I had a goal clear. I wanted to study into psychology and probably get into mass communication and all. Everything was set, and then it was a very sudden thing because the visa rules were changing. So my dad was in a hurry, like, no, this is the best time to come,
Mm-hmm.
because maybe in few months the rules will change and I will no longer be able to sponsor you over here. So it was a very hurry burry thing. It's like I just got my 12th results.
Mm-hmm.
It was my board result, and within 4 days I was in country. So
Okay.
it's like everything I was preparing for over there, I had just had to leave it just like that. My
Mm-hmm.
entrance exam and whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to start from zero, completely blank. My family could not afford the college over here. Obviously it was a bit out of our pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a big family. So
Mm-hmm.
that was out of question to ask my dad to fund my education in colleges over here. So that was the situation.
Is it
Now
for
I'm just
the, like,
explaining.
private colleges, public college, like you're talking generally? Is it
It's
like for
same.
everywhere?
It's generally, it's very expensive. No matter what college it is, it's very expensive.
Okay.
Even if it's not if it's a public college, like it's government college, it is world class. First of all, the facilities will never disappoint you. That's one thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the benefits of a government college is something goes to the citizens,
Mm.
not to the residents, the
Okay.
expats.
Okay.
So the citizens and residents, that's how like you're divided. So that is something you need to pay. You get scholarships and all, but still that's a lot of money to pay if you don't come from a really well-off family.
Okay.
So like a middle class Indian families, like
Yeah.
how we say
Yeah.
it. So I belonged from that background.
Mhm.
So that was a question. I could not really ask my dad to just pay for my college or something like that. And obviously they had to fund my siblings' education as well, the schooling and everything.
Yes.
So that that was a bummer. And then I, being a teenager, I was upset as well. Like, why do I have to sacrifice? Why did nobody think of me? Why did nobody think of my college
Yeah.
education and
Yeah.
all that stuff, you know?
Hormones. Yeah.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
was a very frustrating situation. But the first thing then I planned on, maybe I can join distance learning or something, but that's a bad idea. Distance learning for bachelors is a very bad idea because half of the countries around the world will not accept it. UAE also doesn't accept in most places, at least in the education background. Like if you plan on becoming a professor, teacher, anything like that, the Ministry of Education does not accept the bachelors from distance education.
It makes a
So there's
lot
a
of sense.
lot
See,
of drawback.
for me, in today's education system, you're only spending to live in an environment. You're only learning from the environment. You're not paying for the teachers. You're not paying for the knowledge. You are not paying
Pretty
for.
much.
Yeah. You're paying for the environment. And if you're not getting it, like, then don't do it for a degree, just for a degree.
Don't do it. Don't do it for the piece of paper.
Yeah.
Don't. It won't make any difference in your life. So
It,
that was one of the thing I planned on doing, the distance education thing, but still I went for a regular thing. Like I had to go there for examinations. So first year I took up journalism from Manipal, and I had to travel like 6 times in a year for all the semesters and exams, and it was making the same money as it would to make pay over here, the flight tickets and everything, traveling back and on.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense. I did a year of that, then I was like, no, I need to refigure everything out.
You started job, like, you dropped out of Manipal after 1 year.
No, actually, I started working and I could afford my education. Like I did a lot of research before taking up a college and all. I found the most suitable like college, and at that point it was a new college, and it was affordable, and it was not in the main Dubai. It was in Ajman, so it was slightly cheaper than what we get in main city, and they had a installment thing as well. Whereas most of the colleges are like you need to pay and you get to sign up, but they gave me good installment options and all. With my monthly income I could afford it month by month.
So you started working as a VA. That's what you mentioned.
So research. No, I didn't do the VA thing at that point. I was working
Okay, so for someone who is into the high school and he's thinking or she's thinking about studying in UAE, what are the things that he or she should be keeping in mind? So you said the facilities,
funding.
funding is the first thing that he
Yeah.
should be like actually thinking about if he or she can. Okay, so is it worth it? Let's say I can afford 20 lakhs. Let's say I can afford 25 lakhs for the bachelor degree. Is it worth it? Like, after the graduation, can you see your seniors or your classmates or batchmates getting that much of a package that makes it worth it? If someone is going with the job mindset.
Yes. Uh, I wouldn't. I won't be giving you like an actual figure or something like that. But yes, it majorly depends on the universities that you're going to, because some of the universities over here are like Harvard and Middlesex and all of them. They have great placement options. So yes, the main point is that the universities see to it that you get placement. That is like they do take up responsibility of placements after your thing. So that is the security. If it's a good college and all, so the placement and all rate is very high. If it's a cheaper college or something like that, you are pretty much on your own, and that's
So funding is the
major
biggest
about
issue.
it. Yeah, you just need to afford it. That's all about UAE. You get everything over here, to be honest. You get literally anything under the sun around the world, as long as you can
Language,
afford that.
food, something sort of that.
Everything. You want to become a scuba diver, you want to become anything. you,
Uh,
you can just anything, literally.
as it's clear from your own story, like, it's allowed to do the full-time job so that you can afford to, like, if you are really a
Uh,
hustler, then it's probably.
If you want to, there are rules and regulations for everything, but it is for our own good, to be honest. No one can exploit you if you are following the rule. For example, in my case, I'm on my father's sponsorship, so mine is a residency permit. So I don't have to take permission from anyone else, just my dad. If I want to work or something, I need to get an NOC. My dad has to sign it. Yeah, she can do it. If it's your college, so good colleges, they allow you. They are like, yes, you want to take up a job somewhere, but there's like part-time job. It's like there are certain rules. You cannot work more than 8 hours or 6 hours, I guess. So there are certain rules for that. But yes, it makes sure that you can. If you're on a student visa, I have friends like some are from Nigeria and all. So they are on this student visa at my own college. So they needed to get permission at every time from the college, like they can take up a job or things like that. They can take up internship, that's all. So if it's a good college and all, they see it, so they permit it. And if it's a bad college, or if they're just like that and all, so they give you a hard time signing,
So
like, okay, yeah, you can go ahead.
basically, if I'm planning to go to UAE to study, I should be talking to a couple of seniors to know what exactly
Absolutely.
is the college like really looking like.
It's not just about UA, to be honest. That's what my whole startup UniHealth was about when I started in 2018. You need to speak to the seniors of the college rather than speaking to the college representatives. And it's not just about UAE, it's about India, it's about UK, it's about, I don't know, Ecuador, wherever it is. Name any country. You cannot rely on the information you get through the representatives of college. It's not like they see, every place has a loophole. Everyone has a loophole, everything has a loophole. But who are the people that is going to give you the real picture? The real picture are the people who have taken up that service, right? So like reviews and all of that. So it is very, very essential that you get the proper information unfiltered, and information directly from the senior college students. Now when I was doing my research, I spent 2 years, like 1 year when I was coming India for my exams, and another year just researching the universities over here and even abroad. Like I considered going Malaysia as well at some point. So all this thing, the research for me is like, I did not have pressure from my family because they had already given up on me when I took up arts. So yeah, I wasn't going to become an engineer, so they had nothing to lose. So I did not have a pressure from my family, and I did not have a pressure to earn money as well, something like that right away. So I could give my time to all the research and everything, whereas not everyone has that privilege, you can say. So I spent a lot of time to thoroughly research each university and everything. Still, I got to a point where I almost took admission at the Canadian University of Dubai over here, and it was okay. I mean, the fees was at least it was comparatively less than the others, and it was a Canadian university. The name itself was, I was sold. I speak to the representative. Everything sounds great. I have this virtual tour thing. Everything's great. But just when like I was about to take admission and join the college, I realized, like I learned from others, that it's actually a virtual university. It means that the professors are not real. They're not going to be there in the room. It's going to be online thing. So that was a major drawback. I mean, and nobody told me from the college administration. It's not like they were trying to hide that information. It's just that it wasn't the priority. Who would want to let the business go like that by saying something like that? And it's like, isn't that understood? That hidden star that we don't read. So that star that we don't read, that for that reason, I think it's very, very important that you research thoroughly and it comes to study about, especially speak to them, connect with them. That is one of the points. That's how like the post started with the